Picture this, it's 2 a.m. and your phone buzzes with that dreaded alert. Your heart sinks as you roll out of bed, grab your laptop, and start frantically troubleshooting a production issue. Sound familiar? Well, what if I told you that scenario is about to become a relic of the past? That critical alert that jolts you awake at 2 a.m., and AI is going to see it coming and fix it before it ever fires. That tedious YAML file you spend hours wrestling with for a deployment, and AI will generate a better, more secure version in seconds from a single sentence. And that daily stand-up call to discuss pipeline blockages, it's about to be replaced by an AI-driven dashboard that has already rerouted the workflow. This is not some far-off sci-fi fantasy. This is the new reality of DevOps in 2025. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Hepzibah. If you build or run software, AI is changing your job. Want to stay ahead? Here is how to stay ahead. Today we are diving deep into something that is going to shake the very foundation of how we think about DevOps. If you are a DevOps engineer, SRE, or anyone working in infrastructure and operations, this video might just change your career trajectory. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you are going to want to stay updated on what's coming next in this space. The brutal truth. Let's be brutally honest here. The culture and practices you have spent the last decade perfecting are being fundamentally rewritten by artificial intelligence, and it's happening a lot faster than most people think. The question is not if AI will change your job anymore. The question is how much, how fast, and whether you will be ready for it. The traditional role of a DevOps engineer, the person manually connecting the dots, writing the scripts, putting out the fires, is on a fast track to becoming obsolete. Now, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again with another AI will take our jobs video. But hear me out, because this is not an obituary for your career, it's a wake-up call. For those who see what's on the horizon, this isn't the end of a career. It's the beginning of a powerful new one. The role isn't vanishing. It's evolving into something bigger. You're about to become an architect of AI-driven systems. And today, we're breaking down the critical AI trends you absolutely have to adopt to stay not just relevant, but essential. Let me share something with you. Last week, I was talking to a senior DevOps engineer at a Fortune 500 company. 6 months ago, his team was manually managing deployments across 200 plus microservices. Today, their AI system handles 90% of those deployments, automatically predicts failures before they happen, and even suggests optimizations that have saved them thousands in cloud costs. The automation revolution? For years, DevOps has been all about automation, but that automation has always needed a human hand to guide it, to script it, and to jump in when it inevitably breaks. We build the CI/CD pipelines, we configure the monitoring tools, we manage the infrastructure as code. But what happens when the code starts writing itself? What happens when the system starts healing itself? Generative AI is no longer just a fun toy for drafting emails or making memes. It's rapidly becoming the core engine for infrastructure management and operational intelligence. Tools like GitHub Copilot are already indispensable for many developers, churning out everything from simple shell scripts to complex Ansible playbooks. But it goes deeper than that. We're now seeing the rise of AI-powered infrastructure as code generators, or what I like to call AIaC. You give it a natural language prompt like, deploy a secure multi-region Kubernetes cluster with high availability, and the AI spits out the Terraform, CloudFormation, or Pulumi code to make it happen. Let me show you a real example. Last month, I needed to set up a complex multi-tier application stack with load balancing, auto-scaling, and database replication. Traditionally, this would have taken me at least a full day of careful planning and coding. Using an AI assistant, I had working Terraform code in under 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And it included security best practices I might have missed. The speed of change. The implications here are absolutely huge. Tasks that once took a senior engineer days of careful planning can now be scaffolded in minutes. This isn't just about speed, it's a seismic shift in where value is created. If you choose to ignore these tools, your team will be slower and more error-prone. It's a direct path to being outmaneuvered by teams who embrace them. Now, I hear the skeptics out there saying, but AI-generated code isn't perfect. And you're right, it often isn't. But here's the thing, it's improving at a mind-bending pace, and we're just getting started. Think about where we were with AI just 2 years ago. ChatGPT was barely a thing. GitHub Copilot was still in beta. Now, we have AI that can understand complex infrastructure requirements, generate secure code, and even debug issues in real time. The companies that are already adopting these tools are seeing massive productivity gains. A recent study showed that teams using AI-assisted development tools are shipping features 35% faster while maintaining the same quality standards. That's not a small advantage, that's game-changing. What's really interesting though, the resistance to AI in DevOps is eerily similar to the resistance we saw when containers first emerged or when infrastructure as code was gaining traction. Remember when people said, "Why would I want my infrastructure defined in code? That's too complex." Now, can you imagine managing infrastructure without IAC? The same thing is happening with AI. The early adopters are already pulling ahead and the gap is only going to widen. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you going to be part of the wave or are you going to get swept away by it? This mantra has been monitoring everything. We got really good at it, so good in fact that we created a brand new problem. We're drowning in data. Show me a DevOps team that is not overwhelmed by alerts. I will wait. Most teams are getting hundreds, sometimes thousands of alerts per day. We've got monitoring tools monitoring our monitoring tools. We've got dashboards for our dashboards. And somehow we're still missing the critical issues while getting woken up by false alarms. This is where the first major AI revolution is already in full swing. AIOps, or artificial intelligence for IT operations. And before you roll your eyes and think this is just another buzzword, let me hit you with some numbers that might change your mind. The AIOps market is exploding. We're talking about growth from over $16 billion in 2025 to more than $36 billion by 2030. That's not just hype money. That's real organizations investing in real solutions because they're seeing real results. I was recently consulting for a mid-sized e-commerce company. They were getting about 2,000 alerts per day across their infrastructure. Their on-call engineers were burned out and they were missing actual issues because of alert fatigue. 6 months after implementing an AIOps platform, they reduced their alert volume by 80% while actually catching more real problems. Their mean time to resolution dropped from 45 minutes to 12 minutes. The predictive power of AI. But here's where it gets really interesting. AIOps isn't just about reducing alert noise. It's about fundamentally changing how we think about system reliability. Instead of you manually digging through logs after a failure, AI-driven platforms analyze system behavior in real time to predict failures before they happen. Think about this for a second. Machine learning algorithms can spot subtle anomalies in system metrics and user behavior that are completely invisible to the human eye. They can see the faint whispers of a cascading failure, a tiny spike in memory usage, a slight dip in network throughput, and correlate them across hundreds of different data sources to forecast a future outage. Let me give you a concrete example. I was working with a financial services company that processes millions of transactions per day. Their traditional monitoring setup could tell them when something was already broken, but by then they were already losing money. After implementing AI-powered predictive analytics, the system started catching patterns like this. Every time a specific microservice hit a certain memory threshold combined with a particular pattern in database query response times, they would see a cascade failure about 20 minutes later. The AI learned this pattern from historical data and started alerting them 25 minutes before the failure would occur. This turned incident management from a reactive, high-stress firefight into a proactive, preventative process. Instead of scrambling to fix things at 3 a.m., they were gracefully scaling resources or restarting services during business hours before any customers were affected. Self-healing systems. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, predicting failures is cool, but I still have to fix them manually, right? Wrong. We're already seeing AIOps platforms that can self-heal, automatically triggering rollbacks, reallocating resources, or spinning up new instances to prevent bottlenecks, all without human intervention. Netflix has been doing this for years with their chaos engineering approach, but now AI is making it accessible to companies without Netflix's engineering resources. The AI learns what actions typically resolve different types of issues and can execute those actions automatically. I know this might sound scary. What if the AI makes the wrong decision and makes things worse? It's a valid concern, but here's the thing. These systems are designed with safety rails. They start with low-risk actions like scaling resources or restarting unhealthy containers. They learn from every action they take and get smarter over time. And here's the crucial point. They're not replacing human judgment. They're augmenting it. You're still in control. You set the policies, define the boundaries, and make the strategic decisions. The AI just handles the repetitive, time-sensitive tasks that humans are frankly not that good at anyway. The security revolution. Let's shift gears and talk about something that's been the thorn in every DevOps team's side: security. For too long, security has been the thing that slows everything down. It's been the department of no that comes in at the end and tells you why your deployment can't go to production. DevSecOps tried to fix this by shifting left, building security into the development process from the start. But even with the best intentions, security often felt like an afterthought. Now, AI is putting that shift into hyperdrive, creating a world where security becomes an automated, intelligent, and continuous partner in development. AI-powered security tools are changing the game completely. They can scan code for vulnerabilities as it's being written, giving instant feedback to developers right in their IDE. But this isn't just glorified static analysis. These tools use machine learning to understand the code's context, dramatically reducing the false positives that drive developers crazy. I was working with a development team that was spending about 30% of their time dealing with security scan results, and 80% of those alerts turned out to be false positives. After implementing AI-powered security scanning, they reduced false positives by 70% and actually caught more real vulnerabilities. The AI doesn't just find problems, it suggests fixes. It can automatically generate patches for common vulnerabilities, explain why something is a security risk in plain English, and even suggest secure alternatives to problematic code patterns. And it doesn't stop at code scanning. AI is automating threat intelligence, continuously analyzing security logs and vulnerability databases to spot emerging threats in real time. It powers behavioral analysis inside running applications, catching compromises that traditional signature-based tools would completely miss. The DevSecOps market is projected to hit over $25 billion by 2030. That's a clear sign that organizations are finally willing to invest in making security a seamless part of the development process rather than a roadblock. For you as a DevOps professional, this means security is no longer someone else's department. Your expertise needs to expand to include managing these AI-driven security platforms. You become the guardian of an automated security ecosystem, ensuring that speed and safety are finally two sides of the same coin. In our final section, we're going to talk about perhaps the most exciting development of all: how generative AI is revolutionizing infrastructure as code and what this means for your career going forward. We'll also cover the specific skills you need to develop to not just survive but thrive in this new landscape. The future is now, your career transformation, the infrastructure revolution. Welcome to the final part of our journey today. We're going to talk about something that I think is the most exciting development in our field right now: how generative AI is completely revolutionizing infrastructure as code. For a long time, infrastructure as code has been a cornerstone of modern DevOps. It gave us version control for our infrastructure, peer reviews, repeatability, and automation. But let's be honest, writing good IAC is hard. It's time-consuming, error-prone, and requires deep knowledge of multiple tools and cloud platforms. Generative AI is about to deliver the biggest leap forward for IAC since its creation. We're now in the era of AI-assisted and AI-generated infrastructure, and any skepticism about the accuracy of AI-generated code is quickly being silenced by the results teams are seeing. Let me show you what I mean. Tools built on large language models can now generate complex configuration files for Terraform, Ansible, Kubernetes, and CloudFormation from simple, plain English sentences. This dramatically lowers the barrier to entry for provisioning and managing complex cloud environments. Just last week, I needed to set up a complete microservices architecture with service mesh, observability, and security policies. Traditionally, this would have taken me days of researching best practices, writing code, testing, and debugging. Using AI, I had working infrastructure code in under an hour. But this isn't about replacing an engineer's knowledge, it's about supercharging it. You move from being a coder to being an architect. Instead of spending hours on boilerplate, YAML, and HCL, you define the what, and the AI figures out the how. AI as your DevOps partner. This is also revolutionary for debugging and optimization. An AI tool can look at a failed Terraform apply, analyze the error logs, pinpoint the root cause, and suggest a fix, sometimes even linking you to the right documentation. It can refactor your existing scripts for better efficiency and best practices. I was helping a team last month that had a complex Kubernetes deployment that was failing intermittently. They'd been troubleshooting it for 3 days. I fed the error logs and their YAML files into an AI assistant, and within minutes, it identified that they had a resource conflict in their pod security policies that only manifested under specific load conditions. 3 days of human debugging versus 5 minutes of AI analysis. The cost of ignoring generative AI for infrastructure as code is becoming steep. Teams that don't adopt these tools are spending more time on manual work, having a higher chance of errors, and taking longer to resolve issues when things go wrong. Your role as a DevOps professional is shifting from writing every line of code to validating, securing, and orchestrating what the AI produces. Your value now comes from designing robust systems at a high level, understanding the security implications of AI-generated code, and managing the GitOps workflow where Git remains the single source of truth, even if an AI made the commit. You become the editor-in-chief, not just the writer. You're the person with deep architectural wisdom to guide the AI and ensure its output is secure, scalable, and correct. Your career evolution path. So the big question is, how do you make this transition? How do you evolve from traditional DevOps to AI-powered DevOps? Let me give you a concrete roadmap. First, become a perpetual student, but focus on the why, not just the how. Instead of trying to master the syntax of 47 different tools, focus on the core principles that AI is revolutionizing: AIOps, GitOps, and DevSecOps. Understanding these principles will help you work effectively with AI tools regardless of which specific platforms you end up using. An encouraging statistic: 93% of employers are struggling to find skilled tech talent, with DevOps and security skills being in especially high demand. This shortage isn't going away anytime soon. In fact, as AI tools make certain tasks easier, the demand for people who can architect and manage AI-driven systems is only going to increase. Second, get your hands dirty with AI tools right now. Don't wait for your company to mandate it. Don't wait until you have the perfect use case. Start using GitHub Copilot or other AI assistants for your daily scripting. 3/4 of developers are already using these tools. If you're not, you're already behind. Set up a home lab and experiment with open-source AIaC generators. Deploy an AIOps platform to monitor your personal projects. The only way to learn how to manage these systems effectively is to get in there and break things in a safe environment. Third, and this is crucial, elevate your thinking from operations to architecture and strategy. Your future value isn't in fixing a broken pod at 2 a.m. It's in designing self-healing Kubernetes architectures that use AI to prevent failures before they occur. It's not about writing another deployment script. It's about building secure, automated platforms that allow developers to ship AI-generated code with confidence. The future is bright. The phrase, "your DevOps team is about to be obsolete," was meant to grab your attention, but it's anchored in a deep truth. The traditional DevOps team, defined by manual processes and reactive problem solving, absolutely is on its way out. But this is a story of evolution, not extinction. The demand for people who can build, manage, and secure modern software delivery pipelines isn't going anywhere. The DevOps market is projected to grow from $10.4 billion in 2023 to $25.5 billion by 2028. The opportunity is massive, but it belongs to those who adapt. Your career is no longer about being the bridge between dev and ops. It's about becoming an AI enabler. You're going to be the one who selects, trains, and governs these powerful new systems. You'll build the platforms that unleash their potential. The future of DevOps isn't about being automated away. It's about becoming the automator of automators. You're not being replaced by AI, you're being empowered by it. Let me leave you with this thought. Every major technological shift in our industry has created new opportunities for those who embraced it early. The cloud didn't eliminate IT jobs, it created entirely new categories of roles. Containers didn't replace system administrators, they evolved into platform engineers and SREs. AI is going to do the same thing. It's going to create roles we can't even imagine yet. AI platform engineers, AI-driven SREs, AI infrastructure architects. These are the jobs of tomorrow, and they're going to be filled by the people who start preparing today. So the choice is yours. Are you going to stand on the shore and watch the wave come, or are you going to learn how to surf it? If this video opened your eyes to what's coming next in DevOps, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Over the coming weeks, I'll be diving deeper into specific AI tools, sharing hands-on tutorials, and interviewing professionals who are already working in these AI-powered roles. The future is coming fast, but for those who are ready, it's going to be incredible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we're diving deep into setting up your first AI-powered monitoring system. Want to stay ahead of the AI DevOps curve? Subscribe to my YouTube channel for in-depth tutorials and follow me on social media where I drop quick tips, industry news, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else.